Today I'm going to go over camping items I think make good Christmas gifts. These are items that either I have given to friends or my wife or have been given to me, things that I think are very useful when you are camping, and they might cost a little bit more, and so something I might not necessarily just go out and buy on a whim. But if I'm giving a gift for somebody, especially someone who I know camps a lot, and they might already have a whole bunch of stuff. So today I'm just going to show you some of the things that I think are useful and can be great camping gifts. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is a hammock that's really nice, and this is a Tentsile, just normal one-person hammock, but it's made out of this nice mesh, and I've had this for 3 years now and it still works. So I think I paid about $100. If I can find links, I'll put links for them. None of this is sponsored. It's just stuff that I think is actually useful when I go camping and that I think people would really enjoy. But we've used this for a few years because of the holes. It dries out easily. But what I really like is the Tentsile Trillium XL. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I talk about this a lot. And this is something, it's definitely for car camping. And this was not cheap, but it's a giant triangle hammock that you put between 3 trees, and it can hold, 8 people, 6 people. We basically have a whole party on this thing when we're camping sometimes. And if this ever broke, this is something I would buy again. This is not cheap. I don't remember exactly because I've had it for 3 years, but this has been worth every penny. And so if I was looking for a gift for someone that I knew basically had everything, this is something that would really just up somebody's camping experience. And there's smaller ones, but this is the giant one, and my kids love it, we love it, people love it. When we come camping, they always come over and ask about it. But the Trillium XL is something that would make a great gift. And if mine broke, I would get another one. So definitely something I think is worth the money. So this next item is a gift that I got for my wife. I purchased this for her in 2019 or 2020, and this is a really nice wool blanket. This is made by Pendleton. If you know blankets, they make probably some of the best. This is made in the United States. I believe this one is a wool blanket. Not exactly sure, it's been a while, but she uses this in the winter. We use this camping, we use this inside. So if you're just looking for someone that wants a blanket, so basically my wife wanted a blanket that year, and I tried to find the best one that I could find for her Christmas present. But it's got this nice leather carrying case. You can hold it, you can use it as like a strap. It's not too heavy, very thick, nice quality, but a nice wool blanket. And this one's by Pendleton. Has been worth every penny that we have spent on it. Another item that I think would make a great gift is a heated jacket. This is my wife's. Her sister had one last year at Christmas, and we went back to the Midwest where it's cold. Her sister had it, and she's like, I'm gonna go buy one. So she bought this off Amazon. There's a lot of different brands. This is just, a Chinese brand that makes it, but there's a lot of different ones. I'll link to this one. It has little heated pads in it, has a little battery, and you just press the buttons, turn it on. It warms up. She seems to really like it. It's been the summer, so we haven't used it too much, but now that it's December, or about to be December, she's been using it a little bit more, and it's still working. So we've had this for a year. It still works. She always mentions if I make a video about gifts or fall camping items that I should mention this because it's been useful to her. And so point of a gift is something that can be useful. And so another thing that is very useful is this Anker power station. I've talked about this a lot. I use this during the hurricane. I use this camping. I use this even just around the house sometimes. But this is the perfect size for a little camping battery. You can carry it, definitely more for car camping. But what I really like is there's a little screen, and it tells you how much power is left on here. And so we've got 81%, and then it has USB-C, and it has solar. You can charge it with solar. I've never done that. But this is something that people have commented that they really like, and I agree. Has a little light on top. If you have an emergency, this can be used for that camping. I've basically used it for everything. And as one of my friends said, it's just the perfect size because you don't usually need too big, and especially if you're only camping for a couple days and you might even have power, but this just makes it simple and easy. Charge phones, GoPros, works really well. Another camping item that would make a good gift is a little hatchet. And there are lots of types of hatchets out there, and this is more of the like fancy type kind. And I bought this a few years ago when I had a little bit of extra money, and so this is a little hand hatchet by Gransfors Bruks, and it works really well. As you can see, it's still pretty sharp. I like it. I do have this little sharpening thing that I use it, but if you're looking for someone that wants something, a gift that they might not buy for themselves, then this is a nice little hatchet, because if I was going to buy a hatchet, I would probably find the cheapest one I could buy. If someone's going to give me a hatchet, these ones are probably 3 or 4 times the price. They're all handmade in Sweden. You can watch videos on YouTube about how they make it. It's pretty cool. But it's got a nice balance. It feels nice. It sharpens pretty well with these little sharpeners and kind of keep it going. It's got a little bit of rust on it because it is, I mean, iron, I guess, if it's rusting. Now, this is something that if you're looking for someone that wants fancy or bougie, is that the word, equipment, this is kind of what fits into that. But as you see, it works nice. It has a leather carrying case on the top somewhere over here. I don't know where it went. Especially if you're looking for someone that wants to have the fancier version. I mean, it's a hatchet, but it has the name on it, and they like that. So an item that I gave as a gift for one of my friends is a lantern. Not this, it was this type of lantern, but it's a newer dual fuel type, and you can just buy those at, you know, Cabela's, Amazon. But it's basically this type, the pressure fueled lantern. You fill it up, fuel it, and it uses mantles. These are a lot of fun just to have. They're a good conversation starter, but I think they're a fun gift. You can find this older type on like Facebook Marketplace. I wouldn't spend more than 20 bucks on it because there's a whole bunch of them. Some people try to sell them for a lot more, but you can buy a new one, and they're dual fuel. I still only use Coleman fuel even on a new one. But if you want like a kind of a vintage gas lantern, makes good light, doesn't have that harsh LED light, and they're just fun to have. So this is a good gift for people that camp a lot and just something they might not buy for themselves. And I think that's what makes a gift useful, is something you wouldn't really buy for yourself. My next camp gift idea is something that we bought for ourselves last summer, and I thought it would be just fun to have because we didn't have one and I always wanted to try one. And it's basically this camp oven. I have made a video on it that goes into detail. I've made videos about what I've cooked, but it's stainless steel. This is by Modern Innovations. It has held up for us. It's not warped. We used it all summer. It's not really rusted. There's a little bit of rust on this little lock down here, but the rest of it supposedly is stainless steel. It has a grate on the inside, which I don't have at the moment, but it opens up, you cook with it. This is just fun to have. It's another conversation piece. If you're someone who camps a lot and already has a lot of things, or you're with somebody and you want to try something new, because sometimes the fun with camping is trying something new, a little camp oven works really well. You just put that on your gas stove. That's the only thing I've put it on. People have asked if I've put it on a fire. I haven't yet. Somebody commented in one of my videos about putting it on the stove that you have inside of a hot tent, and when we get to hot tent season, I think I'm going to try that. It should work because the heat just comes from the bottom and heats it up. So this is just a fun gift, I think, for people that might want to try something different. I think this is like 50 bucks. This is probably the cheapest thing that I have right here with all of this kind of equipment. And then the last thing I think that is just useful for camping is camping chairs. There's so many types out there. I'm sitting on one right now that just folds up into a little piece. This is the Sportneer. You'll find them all over Amazon, but we use these at baseball games, soccer games, you know, all of the kids' events, and we take them camping. These ones we've had for 3 or 4 years, good quality. And so there's a lot of different camping chairs out there, but I think if people who go camping never seem to have enough chairs, so I think if someone bought me camping chairs, that'd be like, all right, that's cool. Especially camping chairs that can fold fairly small. I know there's expensive brands and there's cheap brands, but this Sportneer one has worked really well for us. I hope this gives you some ideas of what I think would be good camping gifts. These are gifts that I have given to other people and they have seemed to enjoy it, and that we have actually used when we go camping, so that you're not just wasting money and giving somebody something that they won't actually use. If someone camps a lot, they probably already have a camping grill or something. So these were items that do probably cost a little bit more, but I think they're better items and they're great items for gifts. So happy camping, and we will see you in the next video.